I'll do my rounds and call it a day from there.
Same here. Why aren't you harder on them?
Because they're the ones who will regret it in a few months. My name's Keiichi Sato. I'm the head of field services in the operations division at Days Corporation. We handle a wide range of legally mandated inspections. Yuki, Riho, you guys are heading out to the field now, right?
Yep. I'll do my rounds and call it a day from there.
Same here.
These two are our new hires this year, Yuki Arito and Riho Okabayashi. You can't just call it a day without filing for it. You sent in the form, right?
Huh? We can't just file it tomorrow when we're back?
Does it really matter if we do it now or later?
How many times have I said, you've got to follow the attendance rules?
Come on, we've got an appointment to make, so we don't exactly have time to fill out forms right now.
Easy, Keiichi. You don't have to ride them that hard.
That's Hiroto Shimamura. We started at the same time, and now he's the section chief in our department.
If they're giving you that much trouble, want me to take them under my wing? I'll whip them into shape. Let them spread their wings a little, yeah?
Hiroto, you're the best. You totally get it.
But
We're Gen Z. We know how to speak up for what we want, you know.
See ya.
Yeah, take care.
if you're taking responsibility for them, that means if anything happens, it's on you. You're good with that?
Relax. I've got this.
All right.
Keiichi, you look exhausted.
Sorry you had to see that. She is Noa Murakaso, the head of operations and my direct supervisor.
It's okay, but why aren't you harder on them? I've heard those two have a habit of ignoring attendance rules. We do allow flex time, and it looks like they adjust their punches later or round them to the hour, but still, you're allowed to be stricter with them, you know?
I've clearly explained what happens when they ignore attendance rules, but there's been zero improvement. Well, but they're the ones who will regret it in a few months. You see, in August.
Huh? I see. So that's your angle.
Yes, but just in case, I'll make sure to tell them again. A few days later...
All right, we're off to do our rounds.
We're wrapping up and bouncing straight home like usual. That's fine, right? Those two again?
You've got a second? Stay a minute. Let me be clear again. I need you to follow the company's attendance policies properly. If you're going straight home, you file it first. You call it in, and you clock out on site. No exceptions.
If we're getting results in the field, why can't we just head home after? We'll clean up the clock-ins later, and a quick one-liner email is totally fine.
Calling every time is inefficient, isn't it? Time's limited, so we've got to streamline things, right?
I understand your position. Now let me explain mine. First, attendance records aren't just about your paycheck. Tracking work hours is a legal obligation for the company. If we don't take it seriously, it makes us look like we've got no control. And when something goes sideways, we can't sort it out properly. That comes back on you.
Well,
second, with the inspections we're contracted for, what matters most is one thing. Did it actually get done or not? Only by documenting who did what, where, and at what time can an inspection be recognized as complete. If the clock-in times aren't clear enough to prove it, the whole inspection can be treated like it never happened.
Huh? Seriously?
And lastly, the steps you're cutting, the parts you call efficiency, always affect someone else's workload. Efficiency sounds nice, but if you're just dumping cleanup on someone else, that's not efficiency. It's irresponsibility.
I mean, I hear you, but isn't that kinda millennial energy? Keiichi, your way of thinking is kinda outdated.
Excuse me?
We're Gen Z. We've got the freshest mindset out there.
And Hiroto said we could handle things our way. So what's the problem?
Fine, I hear you. But let me make one thing crystal clear. A completion report carries weight. I've given you fair warning.
Okay.
See ya! Seems like those two are giving you a hard time, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe I should be firmer with them too. I just worry that pushing too hard might backfire.
But Hiroto chose to take responsibility for them. and let them operate freely. So I'll focus on what I need to do.
You're right. I just hope they learn before it's too late. I'll keep an eye on things, but don't push yourself too hard, alright?
Okay, I appreciate it. Still, worries have a way of turning into reality. A few weeks later.
Keiichi, why not try implementing the rookie's proposal? I'll take responsibility and bring it up to upper management myself.
What proposal?
We've come up with a way to streamline the workflow.
Look at you, Yuki. Not afraid to challenge your boss?
Well, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
We want approval for going straight to sites and heading home directly after. We submit everything first thing in the morning, wrap up the job, drop a quick "done heading out" email, and we're good. No reason to swing back to the office, right? And we'll adjust our time entries properly afterward to match.
A lot of people have tried batching their requests before, and it didn't go well. And even being a few minutes off on your clock-in can cause problems. I don't think it's that simple.
We're rolling out a new application system soon anyway. So why not let them get a head start and try it now?
Even with a system, it takes time and money, and there will be mistakes until everyone gets used to it. If you can take full responsibility for overseeing it, then I'll allow it.
Fine. I'll personally review and manage everything related to it.
Then that settles it, right?
Whatever. All right, we'll run it as a 1-month trial. But if any problems arise, we shut it down immediately, even if the month isn't over. Is that clear?
Got it.
Fine.
And so we decided to test Yuki and the others' proposal. 2 weeks later, Yuki, I saw the completion email you sent to Kirameki Corp. But are you sure there were no outstanding items to hand over?
Huh? Why?
We received a call saying you left even though the inspection wasn't fully completed. But I heard from Keiichi that you already sent a completion notice.
Kirameki Corp was, the fire shutter operational test required a supervisor inspection. Our shift was over, so we left that part unfinished and headed back.
I told you a completion report carries weight, didn't I? If it's not fully done, you don't get to call it done. You make it clear what still needs handling. And leaving without waiting for the other supervised test isn't acceptable either.
I understand. Shoot. If we can't even make it through 1 month, our proposal's dead.
I'll inform Hiroto about this. So you and he will return to redo the inspection. I'll contact the client myself.
Okay.
And Riho, HR called. Your on-site hours showed up blank and triggered an auto-detection. What's going on with your time entries?
I might have forgotten to log a few days. I'll enter them now.
Hold on. Do you have notes of the actual times?
No, I usually just estimate and adjust them when I enter them. I don't keep notes.
We've also been told your break times look irregular. You've gotta input the exact accurate times.
I'll speak with accounting and HR. Riho, come with me. Okay. I should have just logged my time properly.
A few hours later, missed direct return requests, missing reports, forgotten clock-ins, and more. It's only been 2 weeks, but there are already too many problems. We can't let this continue.
Come on, we're trying something new, so of course there will be a few mistakes while we adjust, right? It's only been 2 weeks.
Yuki, you do remember what I said, don't you?
That we'd run it as a 1-month trial.
Yeah, and I also said that if any problems arose, we'd shut it down immediately, even before the month was up. We put that in writing, and the 3 of you agreed to it.
As the operations division, we can't approve continuing this any longer. This time we got lucky because HR caught it internally, and a client spotted it early and reached out. What if this had led to a serious incident?
Another client just reached out, saying that the report never got shared, and now their next step is stalled. With this many issues, we can't allow it to continue.
Well?
Hey, it just didn't work out this round. No need to look so scary. I still think their ideas were a good opportunity to try something new.
Right?
I'm not giving up on improving efficiency yet.
Fine, then I'll consider the appropriate next steps.
Yes, please do.
Even after a formal warning, the 2 of them didn't change much. 2 weeks later.
Hello? This is Riho from Days Corporation speaking.
Glad someone picked up right away. This is Jasper, owner of Tokimeki Building.
Oh, how are you doing, sir?
I was told the inspection wrapped up yesterday, but there's no record of it in the Fire Control Center. The inspection hasn't been properly completed, so what exactly happened?
Well, we did visit your site yesterday, so the inspection should have been completed.
In any case, this is beyond what you can handle as a rookie, so please come to the site with your supervisor.
Yes, sir.
Glad you made it. Are you two the ones who handled yesterday's inspection?
Yes, it was me and Riho.
Is there some kind of issue?
Because the inspection wasn't properly carried out, the fire alarm system malfunctioned earlier. An evacuation announcement was broadcast throughout the building, and everyone inside had to evacuate temporarily. People were panicking, and someone nearly fell trying to evacuate.
What?
Fortunately, it ended up being a false alarm. But if someone had gotten hurt, what were you gonna do then?
Well,
If it was inspected properly, the aging sensors, the receiver setup, the repeated false alarms, those were all warning signs. It may have been just one false alarm, but that's all it takes to make people move.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're very sorry. You're their supervisor, correct? It doesn't look like you've been training them properly. You're right. By the way, the legal submission deadline is right around the corner, and if that report isn't in, we're going to miss the government filing requirement. At this rate, we'll terminate our contract with Days Corporation and pursue penalty fees.
What? We're Gen Z, and we've been pushing the company to modernize and improve efficiency. In the process, there were a few minor oversights and some handoff mistakes.
Gen Z? What's that supposed to mean? Does this so-called Gen Z grant you some special right to neglect your duties?
Well,
In my home country, that excuse does not exist, and I have no interest in such theories. Society runs on contracts and trust, and I can't trust people who treat their work carelessly.
oh,
I understand.
We're truly sorry.
we never imagined it would escalate like this. Hiroto, what should we do?
What are we gonna do now?
We need to call the office right now and figure out a response.
Hey, Jasper. Thanks.
Keiichi, Noah,
Why are you two here?
What's up, Keiichi? That was solid acting, wasn't it?
Perfect. You nailed it.
Thank you for your help.
wait, what's going on?
Everything up to now was an act.
What? An act?
At our company, once you've been with us for a bit, we run an unannounced test to see how you deal with curveballs. We want to see if you handle it properly when things mess up. Missed inspections, bad handoffs, whatever. You were told about this when you joined, remember?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Yeah, I think we did hear something like that.
Keiichi and I go way back. I help out with this every few years. So today was that day?
I owe you an apology, Hiroto. But we didn't tell you because we wanted to observe how you handled your role as their mentor, too.
Wait, so nothing actually happened at this building?
I wouldn't say that. There was no false alarm or evacuation announcement. But it's true that the inspection Yuki handled was not properly reported as complete.
I already sent in a backup team to finish it, and the official inspection report has been filed.
Oh, come on! You really scared us.
Yeah,
Why are you acting like this is over? Your approach could have led to a disaster like the one you just imagined.
There's a fire shutter right here. Can you see it?
If this malfunctioned and injured someone standing nearby, what then? If those emergency lights over there failed, during a blackout and the evacuation route was swallowed in darkness, what would you do? Our job isn't just inspections. We're entrusted with lives when those what-ifs become real.
You've been using Gen Z as an excuse, but being able to speak your mind is not the same thing as being selfish. If you keep acting only for yourselves, you won't last in society.
And from what Keiichi's told me about your attitude at the office, this comes down to basic decency. Know the time, place, and occasion, and follow the rules.
yes, sir.
I'm sorry. And Hiroto,
Yes.
Valuing initiative and encouraging growth is completely different from allowing selfish behavior. Please keep that distinction firmly in mind from now on. Keiichi will resume responsibility for mentoring them.
Yes, I understand.
After that, Yuki and Riho seemed to reflect, and they began following the attendance rules properly. Yuhi, take care of your clock-in for today. Riho, don't forget to submit the direct return request.
Shoot, I forgot!
We'll send it right now.
They've still got a ways to go before it really sinks in, but I'll stick with them. Meanwhile,
Keiichi, I checked both of their completion reports from yesterday.
thanks. I appreciate it. After getting an earful from Jasper, Hiroto seemed to have learned his lesson, and he's trying to set a proper example as their senior now.
The field services team really has changed. It's thanks to you, Keiichi.
It's just part of my job.
You're always pushing yourself. I love to see what you're like when you're not.
Huh? Enjoyed the video?
And then smash that like button and subscribe.